They are going to curse themselves.
They don't deserve to be treated like this.
Hand me your guns.
What?
Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show. So glad you could be here today. Listen, we have a great show planned for you, but first we need to thank today's sponsor. It is at Jennifer Scalise-Q6V. Thank you very much, Jennifer, for your generous donation and for sponsoring today's episode. And I'm just going to read a little bit of your comment that you wrote yesterday because it was really nice and I appreciate it. You said, "I love your show." Thank you. You make me laugh constantly, and I just think you're amazing. Well, thank you very much. Look, I appreciate that you think I'm amazing. I'm not amazing. Well, I mean, I'm a little bit amazing. But no, seriously, I do appreciate it, and thank you again. I hope you're having a great day. Now, listen, we've got to get on with the rest of the show because we've got a lot of craziness to go over. Don Lemon is an absolute buffoon and a disgrace to anybody that holds the mantle or claims the title of being a journalist. The man is he's a horrible, horrible human being. And we will definitely get into that. So let's just jump in, my friends. We're jumping into the Lib Zone right now. So sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone.
I saw this comment of somebody saying, "Oh, be careful, witches. They have their witches too."
Uh-oh.
They have their witches too. So
Battle of the witches, my friend. This is not good.
So be careful, protect yourself. I just want to remind any of the white lady witches that are doing shit for MAGA.
What about black lady witches or Hispanic lady witches? Come on, don't be so xenophobic in your witches. Is that the right term? I don't even know if they use that right. But anyways, go ahead.
Stolen magic that's not yours.
Oh.
Does not work the same.
Is that like being on stolen land? Is that, I don't know.
Colonized practices
Colonized.
that are not ancestrally yours.
Okay.
Do not work the same. My family's from Belarus.
Okay.
That's where I get my practices from. Old practices, old country. If you're a white person that was bad to the people you doing those practices back in the day, but now you want to start doing those practices, our ancestors have not forgotten. The idea that like MAGA white women are using witchcraft to go against indigenous practitioners?
What? Who's using witchcraft against Indians? And what if this white MAGA woman was from Belarus as well? Like, she doesn't make any sense.
It brings me joy, baby.
Okay.
You should not mess around with magic if you do not come from that. You cannot just pick up a book and start talking to Kali. Good luck. Good luck. I actually got so excited hearing that because I was like, oh, that's actually amazing. They are going to curse themselves. They are going to curse themselves.
We don't care if they came here illegally.
Wow. Okay.
They still deserve humanity.
True.
They are human beings. They don't deserve to be treated like this.
The Don't Tread on Me crowd that's currently cheering on ICE don't realize that hand me your papers eventually leads to hand me your guns.
Uh-oh. This next clip is totally cringe, but I do give this lady, who I'm assuming is the one singing that we're going to see, although we don't see her face, but they did a really good job matching the melody to these new retarded lyrics that they put in. So for that effort, that accomplishment alone, I want to share it with you. But yeah, it's just kind of stupid. But here we go.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the abolishment of ICE, hanging there from the gallows square. Now won't that be so nice? You know when this is over that you're going to pay the price. Your soul will rot in hell.
Woo! So everybody.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. You will get what's coming to ya.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's good.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Your soul will rot in hell.
It's just beautiful.
I have seen us
where's my
terrorizing children in their schools. Mothers giving birth in hospitals are hiding too. Foreign correspondents show the whole world what you do. Your soul will rot in hell.
Yeah!
Glory, glory, hallelujah. You will get what's coming to ya. The government is going to screw ya. Your soul will rot in hell. Let the children come to me, the Son of God has said. ICE agents would rather put a bullet in their head.
Of course.
Where will you be going when you wind up good and dead?
In heaven, I think.
Your soul will rot in hell. Glory, glory, hallelujah. You will get what's coming to ya.
She's got a nice voice, at least.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Your soul will rot in hell.
Woo! That was awesome.
Did anyone else read the New York Times article that was published today?
No.
Where Trump said that the Civil Rights Act led to white people being treated very poorly and caused reverse discrimination against white men?
Yeah, it's called DEI. It's been around for a while, my young friend.
What?
Hey, if you're enjoying the show, consider buying me a hot chocolate. The Lib Zone runs on it.
Nah, bro, because until you guys have interacted with somebody who's literally terrified to leave their house, I don't want to hear how this shit is okay.
Okay.
Not at all. Not at all. Tell me why I'm going to get groceries for my neighbor because she's too scared to leave her house. Because immigration showed up at my apartment complex today.
Okay.
And this woman is terrified. Her and her kids are terrified, bro.
Well, did she get picked up? Because if she didn't get picked up, then she's probably fine. So...
shit is disgusting. And like,
It is.
I'm serious. If you guys agree on this at all, anything to do with ICE, get the fuck out of my life for real. I don't want to talk to you.
Okay.
I don't want to see you. I don't want to look at you. I don't even want to know you exist right now.
All right, I'm totally fine with that. That's totally acceptable. Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Ever. I don't want to hear from you ever again. I don't. I really don't.
Okay.
I don't want to hear a word from any of you.
Do you want to hear from
This
us?
shit is disgraceful.
No?
It's un-American and it's illegal. And if you stand behind this at all,
Okay.
just go.
You already
Because if
said
you're
that.
still here and I find out about it, I'm gonna beat the out of you.
Oh gosh, man, I better never go to Minnesota because I'm gonna get the crap beat out of me otherwise.
I'll tell you that right now. I'm fiending to get my hands on somebody.
Oh yeah,
So
I'm sure.
please do yourself a favor and get the out of my life if you think this shit is okay. Like seriously,
Okay.
I don't give a. I don't care. I don't care.
Well, you do care a little bit because apparently you're going to pick up groceries for your neighbors. So I mean, that's actually a kind deed to do.
I just had a homeboy ask me, which
Just asked you? Holy crap! Are you okay?
would I rather have?
Uh-huh.
An ICE agent come knocking at my door,
Okay.
or a YN
Huh?
come knocking at my door?
Okay. It's pretty easy for me.
Now that, with this day and age, is a valid question. Which one would you rather have come knocking at your door? An ICE agent or a YN?
Yeah, I'll take an ICE agent for 500, Alex.
Have we just started giving ICE our Republican neighbors' addresses? see if they like the policies they voted for.
So what symbols are we going to start hanging on our doors to let people know it's okay and this is a safe space from ICE? Because I've been trying to think of something to hang on either my porch or my window to let people know that if they need to run, right here, baby. Because we're not allowed to, wave people over. We're not allowed to call to them like, hey, come over here, because that's an accessory to a crime, and you can be arrested.
Wow. She actually admitted that what they're doing is illegal? Okay, well, it's progress, I guess.
For that. But if somebody, were to run inside your house, you don't have any obligation to help them. You just use your Fifth Amendment. Just don't speak to ICE. Don't open the door. Don't speak to them. Don't say anything, because they're not going to have a warrant. And if you say something and say like, oh, they're in here, then you're an accessory to their crime. So just don't speak to them. So how are we going to let these people know, if you need to run, I'm right here? I thought about just hanging the Mexican flag in my window or putting a sticker of the Mexican flag on but I think that we need some sort of, some kind of flag or some kind of symbol or something that says, hey, this is a safe space from ICE, and if you need to run, my door is open. Just get on in here. Knock on my door, come on in.
Well, maybe they could do something like the bat signal, but instead of a bat, maybe it could be something like like a sombrero or something like, hey, this is a safe space, my amigo. I appreciate her acknowledging there are many already out there being accessories to crimes. Yeah, that is pretty shocking that it's because all these people really know what they're doing. I mean, they might be stupid, but they're not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Surely taking in fugitives actively evading law enforcement isn't a crime, right? I think she kind of missed that point. I was listening from far away, and I thought she said, run from mice. Well, I'm with you, because I thought the same thing. She's another leftist lunatic talking crap about the law and those who enforce it. I wish the Democratic Party never existed. They are all so nasty. Yeah, I agree.
Look at all of the money they will spend chasing us and jailing us and deporting us. They'll move people from facility to facility so that their lawyers cannot locate them. They can spend infinite money. There is an infinite money machine when it comes to causing pain and suffering. They could spend half that money and give us all health care, and instead they're going to torture us. The money exists for every social program you could ever dream of.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you cut out all the fraud, then we could put that money towards actually helping people. So in a way, you're right, but I know that's not what you're getting to. So, yeah.
Rich people paying their taxes 1 year would be enough money to fund everything we could need to provide housing and healthcare for all.
Okay, but then they would have to pay the next year as well, because those programs just don't magically get funded, out of nothing. So what you're saying is all the rich people should give all their money every single year to pay for these programs. Sounds pretty socialistic, if you ask me.
We have an infinite money machine we can turn on anytime. We just only turn it on to your life up.
Breaking news, everybody. It looks like the DNC ballot boxes already found in place for the 2026 midterm elections. Wow, that's kind of early. Well, let's see where they placed it, because I'm sure it's probably, where they get some pretty consistent votes for the Democratic Party. Oh, yeah, the graveyard. The DNC, where more dead people vote than anybody else.
Tomorrow, Trump will be in office for exactly 1 year.
Woo!
Are you happy?
Mm-hmm.
I damn sure am.
Totally.
I'll tell you right now, this is exactly what I voted for. God bless America, and God bless the American.
Wow. 5 cents.
Yeah. All right. You get for dodging the draft.
Well, if that lady is set up in Minnesota, oh my goodness, with all the crazy libs there, she's going to be wealthier than a Somali daycare center owner. And here's a really really good question that nobody, I think, is addressing. Let's check it out.
Anybody else find it odd that even though all these daycares in Minnesota are closed now, that not a single parent's complaining? Just pointing out the obvious.
You know, I hadn't really thought about it until you brought that up, but that is a really good question. All right, now we are going to shift gears a little bit. We're going to cover Don Lemon and what he and those other insane anti-ICE protesters did at the church on Sunday over this last weekend. So let's just check it out. This first clip is of their infiltration into the church, because there's no other better way to describe it. Man, these people are just nasty. They're evil. And I hope Trump, I hope he does something to stop these people, because they're just getting worse. Anyways, let's get into it. Wow. The audacity of these people.
Renee Good! Renee Good! Renee Good!
Disgusting. These people just want to go to church. Don't shoot, hands up. Wait, they went from Renee Good to the Ferguson incident with the lie that was perpetrated by the Obama administration. The hands up, don't shoot. These people have no idea what they're even protesting. They're just there to be disruptive.
Where are your people? Why are you not at Whipple every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our
Yeah, shame on you.
people? Where are you? You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, but what do you do? What do you do to stand for your Somali and Latino communities? I'm not going to comment. You have no comment, exactly.
That guy was just talking. We're going to hear a lot more from him. He is a despicable human being. These people are just harassing these Christians because they can. Would they ever go into a mosque and do this? No way they would do that. Not even in a minute. They wouldn't even think of doing that, because they would probably lose their heads. Okay, let's go. Look at that. Look at the kid. Look at the kid. He's crying. These people are terrorizing these patrons of this church. It is disgusting. Yeah, shame on them for sure. This will be addressed in the next life. I am certain of it.
Renee Good! Renee Good!
We have a duty to move. We must love and support one another.
So they're doing the Black Power symbol. Isn't that the fist up? Isn't that Black Power? I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
All these comfortable white people.
Okay, here's this guy. This is the guy. We're going to, again, hear more of him. But this guy is disgusting.
People who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No. Jesus would dine with immigrants. You do not touch.
Jesus would die with immigrants? This guy doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Touch me again and see what happens. Hey, you can't. You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving. Shame. Out now. Out now. Living real comfortable while the people starve.
The guy's not even letting these people leave. he's still harassing them. This guy needs to be arrested. I'm pretty sure Pam Bondi will get into it. Well, he's going to get into it. This guy's in a lot of trouble. So, anyways.
Living real comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos. Quit ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie, and he hangs out with Kristi Noem. How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants, are you not? Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us in protest against this inhumanity? You claim to be a Christian. Act like one.
Yesterday, I went into a church with Nakima Armstrong and I protested these white supremacists. A pastor of the church is a ICE leader in the city. How can you be a pastor and be a ICE agent? They want to come after me? Go. How can they live so comfortably while the people from Somalia that are in this country legally, that have citizenship, can't even go to their mosque and pray? How do they deserve any different? Those Nazis. Come and get me, Pam Bondi, you traitorous bitch. All power to the people.
Wow. What do you think of this? I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. But there were folks who will say, I have to take care of my flock. Okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest. Yeah. We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ. I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me though. We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay. That's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about. Don't you think Jesus would be understanding we're about and love these folks? We're about spreading the love of Jesus. But did you try to talk to them as a Christian? No one is willing to talk. Okay. I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building. You don't want us to chronicle what happened? Unless you're here to worship. I'm always worship. I'm a Christian. We're here to worship. Yeah. We're here to worship. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Take you outside of the church and just show you a little bit, but yeah, that was interesting to watch. This guy here, look, he's hugging his kid, and you know, I imagine it's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here, but again, careful, it's very slippery right here. Yeah. It's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here, but that's what really, careful, please, really slippery, not kidding. That's what protesting is about. And so you heard what some of the folks said in there, you know, that this is, they shouldn't be there, and you know, they shouldn't be uncomfortable, and this is our house and whatever. That's what protesting is about, is to make people uncomfortable. You may not like it.
And after all this aired, Don Lemon started to get some heat, and here he is basically, well, I don't know if he's backtracking per se, but he's definitely, I think, trying to cover his butt. Let's take a look.
MAGA administration and the fake news MAGAs are losing their mind over something that's not even true. I had no affiliation to that organization. I didn't even know they were going to this church until we followed them there. We were there chronicling protests. Once the protest started in the church, we did an act of journalism, which was report on it and talk to the people who were involved, which included the pastor, members of the church, and members of the organization. That's it. It's called journalism.
Yeah, it's called journalism. It's also called breaking the law. And here is Emily Campagno breaking it down. These people are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they have a big one. And if I were a federal prosecutor, I would charge them with interference of free exercise of religion, violations of the Civil Rights Act, violations of the FACE Act, which under Biden, peaceful protesters against abortion sitting down, 80-plus-year-olds were prosecuted under, obstruction of federal functions, disorderly conduct, federal trespass, hate crimes, conspiracy to the Civil Rights Act, assault, and if Don Lemon kept up his charade to a federal agent that he didn't know what was going on, then I would charge him too with lying to a federal agent. And then on the state level, I would charge unlawful assembly, disorderly conduct, trespassing, harassment, intimidation, and child endangerment. And here's the thing. If I were an employer there in that city, I would fire anyone, any of them that engaged in that shameful, unlawful, horrific, anti-Christian behavior. And if I were a parent there in that city, I would not let any of my children touch the children of those parents that you are seeing right there if they have children. And I would make it clear it's because they are siding with and standing with child rapists and recidivist sodomizers and convicted murderers over and over again to the tune of 1,600 in that city alone that have been, you're welcome, removed. And if I were a tech founder, by the way, I would deplatform all of those individuals that you saw in the midst of their engaging in the felonious behavior I just outlined, filming everything so that they would not have a platform and they would not get their dopamine hits anymore. And the dopamine dries up. But here's the thing, as a Christian, my real inspiration comes from that one woman that you can see on the video that stood there the entire time praying over those vicious, unlawful, anti-Christian, horrific trespassers there. And I pray that their impact remains at zero and that hers covers the world.
When it comes to interrupting people's place of worship, can you think of any other religion they would dare do this to?
Nope.
Besides Christians.
It's the only one.
I'll wait for your response.
And as the heat rises on Lemon, he has to double down and, of course, throw out the race card and calls the members of that church, these Christians, entitled white supremacists. I just don't know how more idiotic this man can become. But I'm sure he hasn't reached the thresholds just yet.
And there's a certain degree of entitlement. I think people who are, in the religious groups like that, it's not the type of Christianity that I practice, but I think that they're entitled, and that entitlement comes from a supremacy, a white supremacy. And they think that this country was built for them, that it is a Christian country, when actually we left England because we wanted religious freedom. It's religious freedom, but only if you're a Christian and only if you're a white male, pretty much. And so, yeah, I absolutely 100%, but it's an intimidation tactic. And, I said, I don't understand how I've become the face of it when I was a journalist. I do understand that I'm the biggest name there. And I'm also, as I was on with my producers this morning, you and Kylie talk all the time. My producers were saying, I said, how did I become the face of this? And my producer said, Don, you're a gay black man in America.
I honestly think Don Lemon is more so trying to convince himself that he still aligns with Christ more than us. Because
it's called rationality.
Because the difference in rhetoric between him and that pastor was like night and day. When you watch that video, notice who the pastor was trying to bring the attention to versus Don Lemon. The pastor was trying to bring people's attention back to Jesus Christ and worshiping Jesus Christ. Yeah. Don Lemon was trying to bring their attention to the protests. I'm not going to argue with anybody about the legality of what happened with Don Lemon and those protesters. It was illegal. It violated the free exercise clause.
Yeah.
Don Lemon goes on his page and say, oh, well, I wasn't part of the protest. Are you sure? We definitely couldn't tell.
All right, well, let's talk about Don Lemon.
Yeah,
Don Lemon, Don Lemon. Pimping pain for politics. How you going to stroll into a church service with a mob full of anti-ICE agitators, a house of worship, mind you, mid-sermon, waving cameras around, live streaming, calling it journalism, and then try to lecture us about manufactured outrage?
By the way, I love this guy's shirt.
My stepbrother in Christ, you literally walked your happy ass into a church with a mob and a camera. That's not journalism. That's not reporting. That's not the First Amendment either. That's content, Brody, bro. You didn't cover a protest. You joined it. You didn't stand outside. You didn't observe. You didn't interview after the fact. You marched your ass into a house of worship mid-service. Like, hey, everyone, don't mind us. We're just here to disrupt prayer for the algorithm. And then you have the audacity to talk about manufacturing outrage. Bro, you brought the factory. You turned the cameras on and hit record. That outrage didn't manifest itself. You escorted that shit into a church and live streamed it. You can't hide behind free speech when you intentionally invaded spaces to intimidate and disrupt. That's the same logic used by every extremist group who ever got shut down. Let's put it like this. You'd lose your shit if a group walked into a black church, a mosque, a synagogue, or even a pride event with cameras rolling doing the same shit that you did. You wouldn't call it journalism. You call it harassment, intimidation, violation of a protected space. And you'd be right. So why the do you think that what you did wasn't an invasion tactic? Riddle me that shit. And now when the DOJ is talking about charges and say, yeah, no, that's not protected, suddenly you're confused. Suddenly you're a free speech warrior. Suddenly you're a journalist again. You don't scream rules for thee your whole career and then cry oppression the moment that they apply to you. And while we're here, let's talk about the hypocrisy on expert mode. This is the same dude who can't go 5 minutes without talking about how awful white people are while married to a white man.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it make sense. So let me translate what actually happened. You wanted outrage. You wanted footage. You wanted chaos.
You wanted clicks.
You wanted virality. You wanted relevance. What you got was you are on notice. That's accountability knocking on the door, and you're shocked because it never knocked on yours. Churches are not protest props, you dumb. Prayer services are not your B-roll. Activism doesn't magically become journalism just because you used to have a CNN badge with a rainbow on it. That wasn't manufactured outrage, that's manufactured content. The standard doesn't change based on who you like. Same actions, same rules, same consequences. Anything else is just ideology laundering.
You know, the thing I worry about is that because it was so easy for these people to just walk into that church and start causing chaos. I know that particular church was targeted a little bit because the pastor was apparently an ICE agent or affiliated with ICE. But I think now they see, oh, look, this is something we could just rinse and repeat. We can start just busting into churches and we're going to get clicks and we're going to get views and it's going to be easy peasy. So there needs to be consequences for these people. The hammer needs to come down hard. But with Pam Bondi, I don't know. She's all bark and no bite.
To Don Lemon, I'm going to say this in the nicest way that I could possibly say this. Jesus Christ died for our sins willingly. At any point, he could have freed himself from that. But it was not the will of God for him to do so. In America, y'all love to come after Christians. Y'all love to tell us that we need God to be good people. If you think that about us, then why do you think it's a good thing to test us? You see, many of us Christians have come from many different walks of life. We have done some horrible things in this life. And it is by the grace and love of God that we are able to stand and love on people and pray for people and speak the way that we do and not have to be the people that we were. Yep. But with that, I need you to understand something. We choose not to be violent. We choose not to attack. And instead, we seek the Lord because we have learned that vengeance is his and that those who live by the sword die by the sword. So when you're standing up there with your mic antagonizing pastors, understand that most likely that pastor has to go home and pray because it took everything within him not to have you sleep on the floor. If he felt half the anger that we feel watching y'all do what y'all did, understand God was on your side. Y'all take every opportunity to disrespect Christians, but you'll never walk in a mosque and do those things. You'll never go to other religions and their places of worship and disrespect them, but you claim to be a Christian and disrespect your own? Don, you just placed your foot in some stuff that you don't want to deal with. And to any Christian or anybody who comes after me about this political stuff, let me explain to you, it proves correct every day that no matter how much chaos is going on in Minnesota over here and over there, it always comes back to get those Christians. Let's go in their churches. Let's attack them. This is a spiritual war, but vengeance is the Lord's. So instead of attacking Don Lemon and all those deceived liberals and paid protesters, pray for them. Pray that God removes the deceptive demon that is within them. Pray that God opens their hearts and shows them the truth and that he forgives them, for they know not what they do. Wake up. God bless.
Don Lemon's even getting some backlash from celebrities. I mean, he's getting it in the front and the back on this one. Okay, just joking. Nicki Minaj said something, and Don Lemon got all butthurt and had to respond, and then going off on this rant about how she's an illegal alien and how she needs to get deported. This guy is becoming unhinged in real time. I'm glad I've got my popcorn.
So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged, homophobic tweet about me. I usually don't respond to this stuff, but let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, Stop talking about shit for which you know nothing about. This is you're out of your depth.
Oh.
By the way, and you are a homophobic bigot. You don't care about African Americans. You're not an African American. From what I know, you are reportedly an undocumented citizen, so you should be deported under Donald Trump's rules. And the other thing is that your family members, you have one family member who is reportedly a sex offender, the other family member, your husband or whatever, a sex offender is your husband, and one of them is reportedly a pedophile. And you have nerve to talk about me and what you think that I do?
Was he getting close to defamation there? Because it sounded like maybe he was. This guy is really digging a hole for himself.
Nicki Minaj, get a life. Stop being a pick-me. You should have put a pick-me doll on that damn tweet instead of a Chucky doll, because you are nothing but a pick-me. And I choose not to pick you. And so should black people and so should gay people. Shouldn't buy your music. Clock that.
It's time for Dave's Detox.
Danny, is that your brother? Is that a brother? Oh, is that your brother? Good kitty! Good job! Good job!
Got your nose. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put it back.
There you go. It's back.
It's all done. Yeah.
Come on, little guy.
Try to go lower between his legs because they have.
Oh my God, he's very angry.
Oh my God. Are you real? Oh my God, right. There's a count there. No running on the road. You come back when I pick.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode today, and thank you to all those that subscribed. And if you hit that thumbs up, I do appreciate it. Check out these videos popping up here in just a second. I think you're going to enjoy them. And until the next episode, my friends, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated. And until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.